just as in the rear, we can set up to do a monopod off and then utilize these roof anchors, or I'm sorry, these eye anchors up here. We can also do the same thing off of the side of the vehicle too. So we can set up and do a monopod here and then utilize these two roof anchors up there to be able to do that. We can also operate and do a same monopod on the ground out separate from the winch or the receiver hitch. And we can operate and do that if we want a larger footprint. These are spaced a little bit farther apart than those. So it all just depends on the situation and what we might need at that time. So those are things, some of the versatility that we ended up being able to come up and then put into the vehicle to help to accomplish our needs that way. Most of all these compartments are set up similar. Again, we have the hydraulic pump location there. That's there, which is the exact same location as the one on the other side. We also have the same bifolding doors here. So just like on the other side, this is one of our extrication compartments. Just like the other side, we have our pre-connected tools that are sitting up here, 100-foot reels, the Hamatro setup. Each one of them are going to be a different color. So we have blue, we got black over here, we have opposing colors on the other side. This is also a location for a lot of our cribbing. Just the other side, it's a mirror. This side is going to be set up slightly different than the opposing side. And the reason for that is obviously because we have bucket one operation here. As soon as they get out of the vehicle, they have a different responsibility. So they have their first compartment, which is going to house their irons, their water can, hydrorams. They got their hooks. They have other versatility that they can put in there, and they can set up for each one of their own custom ways of how they want to operate and how they want to run. But as soon as they get done with that compartment, the first one back, this is the first compartment back from bucket one, and this is going to be where a lot of our EMS equipment's located. So just like the same thing as the opposing side, it's based up off of priority and frequency. So basically, as bucket one comes off, their responsibility on an EMS call is going to be able to grab that equipment. It's going to be closer down to them, so they don't have to walk down to the back of the truck or walk into the walk-in and so on. These are the same shelves that we have on the other side because it's a transverse compartment. So like we saw on the other side, these shelves can get pushed out that way, or they can get pulled out this way, and you can be able to grab all of your struts and so on like that from either side of the vehicle. So, if this is going to be the location of where the accident is, let's say, we can pull the equipment off of here, but if it's on the other side of the truck, we can easily move that stuff. This is our officer compartment. So in here, we have a trough that's built through, so you can put a roof hook through there, you can put a Halligan bar in there, you can do whatever type of tool of your choice. This is a location where we can also incorporate another shelf in here. You can put a helmet up there, you can put any other types of equipment in there that you might have for your own person. And we got the chargers in there for flashlights, thermal imagers, things like that. And I guess traditionally that compartment is also backed up to the same metering compartment that's over here in front of bucket one, as well as on the opposing side in the driver's compartment. Mainly through here, it's the same typical setup, nothing crazy or nothing too special. We have the fire comm set up, as you can see by the head setup through there, the clean cab area. And really we'll end up putting a computer up there and then some other maps and so on back in this area. But probably the biggest things are the controls that we have on both sides that work out for both the driver and the officer. So whether the driver needs to be able to access to be able to turn on scene lights on the side of the vehicle while in operation, the officer can take care of that stuff too. One of the areas that we're more proud about is with our front bumper. So this is a whole customized front bumper that we worked with Pierce pretty extensively on. So here on the front, we have the slam latches. So these latches open up, this piece drops down, then this piece moves up, and this is our chain compartment. So this is where we're going to keep plenty locations of our chain. This bar is only here temporarily, it's going to get removed but basically we'll be able to take that chain, and instead of lifting it all out and then moving it over and scratching up the bumper, we basically just remove that whole process. So we can grab stuff and we can just go instead of having to worry about dragging it over to the front. If we need to drag it over and go over to the officer's side or the driver's side, we did a nice round edge on there. That way we just try to improve the longevity of it all. In the front, we have the slam latches again. That piece drops down. This opens up. Inside we have a 15,000-pound winch, synthetic rope set up, and we also have we got our air horns inside the frame rails here, and then we have that nice access, so we don't have to have any complications with trying to make access. But we also keep everything nice and clean on the front side, so it doesn't appear that we have any of that stuff. So we kind of keep all that stuff nice and protected. But we still have our tow eyes up here, so we can operate that winch and do a 2-to-1 if we need to. We have our recessed federal in, and then we have another location here, which is another small area, another small box that can be used for chain or any other types of accessories and stuff like that, like maybe snatch blocks or shackles, things like that, that we might need to be able to put in there. So that was a quick walk around of our new Velocity cab, our heavy duty rescue, single axle with the air ride suspension. So thanks for watching, and appreciate you taking the time.